artists! Today we're going to be learning about colored pencils. Grab your sketchbook and let's get started. So let's start by understanding what makes up a colored pencil. A colored pencil is made with an outside wooden casing and an inside stick of pigment or color. And this color stick is normally made from wax or oil, and so it's actually really soft and fragile compared to normal pencils. In fact, it's so soft that if you drop a colored pencil onto your floor or table, the color stick can actually break inside the pencil. That's why when you sharpen colored pencils, they break super easy. Another way to help them not break so easy is to try and use a hand sharpener instead of an electric one, so you can go slow and sharpen them gently. Now let's experiment with some different techniques, starting with the pressure test. For our light pressure, it helps to hold the pencil closer to the end, pressing soft on the paper. We get a really nice pastel color. For our darker pressure, we can hold the pencil a little bit closer to the tip and press a little bit harder, but not so hard that the pencil breaks. We don't want to break our pencil and we don't want to hurt our wrist. Now let's experiment with the way that we move our pencil on the paper. Moving the pencil in a zigzag motion, I can kind of see all those lines that I make, even when I try to layer on top to get rid of the lines. But if I move the colored pencil in little circles across the page, I notice that the color is more even, especially when I layer lots of times. I don't see those lines like the zigzag technique. So I'm going to make some notes in my sketchbook to help me remember that using a light pressure, layering, and using a circular motion gives me the best results and an even color. Next, I'm going to be making some boxes to try out 3 more techniques with colored pencils. In this first one, I want to see what it looks like when I layer 2 different colors on top of each other. I'm remembering to use circles and light pressure, and I think it looks pretty cool. Our next technique is blending, and we want to start by creating a gradient of one color, meaning that we start with a heavy pressure and ease into a light pressure so the color looks like it's fading. Then I'm going to take a different color and do the same thing, but in the opposite direction. The last technique we have is called burnishing, a fancy word which means to polish. This is a technique that is especially for colored pencils, and it takes a lot of time and patience, but I know you'll be great at it. What we're going to do is use our light pressure and circular motions and slowly build up lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of layers. What this will do is build up tons of that wax from the colored pencil onto the paper and make the paper really shiny and polished. I can even use the white colored pencil to help add more wax without making the colors too dark. I also noticed that when I used the white colored pencil, it helped me blend the colors even better. You will know that you've successfully burnished when your paper is shiny and has a soft, silky feeling. Move your paper around. Notice how different it looks and it feels to the other techniques in your sketchbook. I am so proud of you for trying and learning something new. And now that we've experimented, let's gather everything we've learned and try applying it into a small drawing. I did a sketch of an eyeball because it's something that I really like to draw, but with whatever you choose to draw, just remember that we're trying to practice and grow. Don't worry about making it perfect. In the center of the eye, I chose lots of different light and dark colors to practice layering, blending, and I'm using circular motions. In fact, I'm layering and blending so much that I'm actually starting to burnish. On the white part of the eye, I decided to try shading and blending, but this time I wanted to use a zigzag motion. I was nervous because for a second the colors were brighter than I wanted, but then I remembered my handy white colored pencil and it all blended out in the end. And just like that, we're finished! Let's end together on some reflections. Today I learned that it's helpful to use color pencils with a light pressure and layer lots and lots of times to get those beautiful, smooth, bright colors and a burnished look. I also learned that white color pencils are great blending tools, super helpful. I hope you learned something new today and had a little bit of fun too. Keep creating, and I'll see you next time.